Hello everybody, Zet here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful and a fantastic day, and I'm very happy that you stopped by. You know, sometimes I love giving myself a pat on the back for getting rings right, especially when you keep your ears tightly to the ground hearing some new information. Of course, I'm talking about PSA. It's been a few days since they released the news that they're raising prices officially for the PSA website and the services. But being prepared, on the other hand, nobody could be for. So what happened was that PSA has doubled their prices on every submission level out there. It went from their original 75 for, I believe it was regular, or their express, not super express. It was from 75 to 150, and their express, their actual express, to from 150 to 300. I might be wrong. I'm gonna put some of the prices like around here, but it's nobody could prepare for that. The amount of demand that PSA has had definitely warrants this price. Hopefully this price would allow them to hire more staff, hire more members to do the grading process so that it could come out easier. But doubling their prices is sort of a hard pill to swallow. I already started a little stack for grading, including the Charizard that we pulled on the channel. But now I'm not sure whether or not to submit it with this price hike. I think I'm still going to approach it with a third-party middleman service for PSA submissions, but for expensive stuff like the Charizard and whatever it is that I might be lucky enough to pull, I'm not sure whether or not I do want to submit it to PSA alone. I'm still sitting on the idea. Time will tell. I'm not in a hurry to flip these, but I just want it for my own personal collection. But speaking of which, I've noticed a lot of people on social media are receiving their PSA returns straight from PSA, and some through the middleman service. I believe a lot of them were submitted in July/August, and I know that someone who has submitted straight to PSA in November have received their returns this week. So the light at the end of the tunnel seems brighter and brighter, and I'm really hoping that we could finally get to wherever it is that we want to get to, which is faster PSA returns. Now, we don't know whether or not PSA raising the prices is going to get a lot more efficient in terms of getting the cards graded and getting the service churning a lot easier and better. From a logical standpoint, raising prices would actually buy them more time. Maybe it would deter people from submitting. Not that they don't want businesses, but they probably are really backed up with the hundreds and thousands of orders in their warehouses that's still stuck from being just entered into the database and not even graded yet. But seeing that PSA returns are actually happening, and it's only short of like a 6 to 8 month turnaround time, it's looking really hopeful. I'm really optimistic about it. I really hope that this means our returns are actually coming back soon. I submitted 2 orders, one of like 20 something cards and one of 70 something cards. One in November and one in, I believe, in February. Now, I'm not sure when they're actually gonna get started on grading those, but time will tell. Who knows? We'll see. Let's touch on a few Pokemon news, which is what else is new besides Shining Fates. Shining Fates is out for like 2 weeks now. The premium collection boxes for the shiny Crobat and the shiny Dragapult is out. Personally, I bought 2 for the collection. I love the way they look. I'm not sure whether or not I'm cracking those, but who knows? We'll see. Let's talk about the price of the big kahuna Charizard and the PSA 10. I've seen a lot of people submitting their Charizard straight to PSA before the price hike with, I believe it must be Express or Walkthrough, because they got it like in a few days. Besides the first one that sold for about almost 4,000, the prices has calmed down and it's looking around like 1,300 to 1,200. I think the price can still dip a little bit more. Remember, these are still being released in waves. I'm still hearing that there's still waves coming in the future. We just have to keep our pulse on the finger. Our finger on the pulse. Because this can't be it for the supply. I feel like a lot of people are being impatient by buying these slabs right away. I totally understand that mentality. Just get it out of the way and just buy it, put it in your closet and just not look at it for a few years. Although every day I'm trying more and more to convince myself not to do that and just be patient. With the price hovering around $1,300 to $1,200, it sounds a lot like the Charizard GX from Hidden Fates. 10 slabs. The Charizard GX 10 slabs are actually slowly creeping up. From what I can see, it was sold around $1,200, $1,300 to around $1,400, and they're even asking for $1,700, $1,800 as well. I'm not sure whether or not this is another case of FOMO, fear of missing out, but it is true that Shining Fates is the new hype set, and that Hidden Fates is... I'm getting confused. Hidden Fates, Shining Fates. Shining Fates is the new hype set, and it's going to stay for a while, yet Hidden Fates is slowly getting harder to get and slowly phasing out. I've seen a few restock on some of the Hidden Fates tin, but if they're that scarce of a restock, I would be keeping my eye out. Because again, Pokemon just announced the news about reprinting about like 2 or 3 weeks ago, probably 4 weeks ago now. Sorry, my basic concept of time is just lost, forgive me. And when you announce something like that in regards to reprints and stuff like that, it would take them a while to actually implement it, so I would give it a year or so, because the scalper problem is a huge bane to the hobby, and I don't think anybody would want that anymore. Speaking of which, a bit unrelated, but the new COVID relief bill that we're supposed to get the $1,400 from has a few laws slid in. I'm not sure whether or not they're gonna get finalized, but basically what the new law is telling us is that whatever transactions that is higher than $600 compared to the $20,000 that it was before, it has to be reported for tax purposes to the IRS. Now, I'm sure that we're all law-abiding citizens out there. Everybody does their taxes correctly and legally, but I'm sure that this deters a lot of resellers and scalpers out there, making it a hassle to resell, having to report everything, and so on and so forth. I personally believe that this will impact the people who's trying to make a quick buck by reflipping and reselling and scalping all these products, and maybe it will actually cause a roadblock from all the market buyouts and the scalping. This is set for the calendar year of 2022 taxes, so I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are being wary right now in regards to selling stuff. But if the profits on if the profits from the Pokemon reselling is that much of a benefit to them that they don't care about the taxes, then this would not matter at all. But I believe that this will weed out a lot of small time resellers that's trying to make a quick buck in this time. It will make things a little bit easier to try to get when you go to your Target, Walmart, or whatever store that you're trying to get your Pokemon products from. And I've tried so hard to try to get something for a reasonable price instead of paying the scalpers the resale price, because let me tell you, if I keep buying the stuff that scalpers are trying to sell for, I'm gonna be broke before I reach 50 subscribers. So in summary, PSA price hike, I don't see it as a problem. If people see it as a problem because it affects their resale, trying to make a profit, then I totally understand. But personally, and I think I can speak for a good amount of collectors out there, that yes, it's annoying, but it's overall it doesn't affect the big picture, which we're trying to collect stuff in really high grades and high rarity. Charizard 10 slabs from the Shining Fates, it'll probably keep going down. I'll be patient. If it dips under 1,000, I'll probably consider buying it. The whole $600 versus $20,000 in reportable sales to the IRS, that's doesn't really concern me. I don't really sell that much, but I know that a lot of people who's trying to reflip and resell and rescalp and rinse, cycle, and repeat, it's gonna affect them a lot, and it's interesting to see how they're gonna adapt. I think that's it for this week's Let's Talk. It's a pretty slow week. We don't really have much to talk about besides the whole Charizard prices, taxes purposes, and PSA doubling their prices. That's probably a huge deal, but adapt what you will and be patient. I feel like everything is gonna be better in the future. That's pretty half-assed. Let me leave you with the advice of your mileage will vary. If you rely on PSA to just flip your cards at a higher price, the turnaround time is gonna be murder for you anyway, so it's not like it was gonna be that much of a profit or your business model anyway. If you're using the Super Express to try and flip your high money cards for a 2x or 3x multiplier for returns, I definitely understand how frustrating it is that it costs you a lot more to submit it and to make your money back. Because for the example of the Charizard, market value is about $450 for, let's say 500 even. If a graded 10 slab is about $1,200 to $1,300, then your cost, including the $300 price tag now, means that it's a $700 card. If you buy the card raw and then to submit it, you could probably still make about $500. After taxes, after fees, after shipping, is probably like around $300. So I do understand spending about $700 to $800 to try to make $300 isn't really that profitable anymore, which I believe that a lot of people are gonna try to submit through middleman services a lot more to try to save whatever it is that they could save. But I'm not sure any middleman services have updated their prices to adjust to the new prices of PSA yet. So time will tell. I think that's all for this week. Thank you so very much for watching. If you like my videos, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. It helps me a lot with the channel, and we're trying to make it grow. We're close to 30 subscribers. I'm really hoping that we make it to 50 by the end of next month. Hopefully, if luck will have it. I mean, I put the Charizard, so luck does happen in this channel sometimes. But definitely let me know what you think about these videos. I try to put as much information out there as possible and try to make it a little bit interesting. But I do understand that this information only applies to a very niche group. Not a lot of people are in the deep end of the swamp of this whole thing, so take whatever this information as you can. Once again, I thank you so very much for watching. My name is Zed, and I hope that you have a wonderful and fantastic day. Thank you.